Alright, so I've been debating on making this video for a long time, but I need to put it out there, you know? And I don't give a fuck if you don't believe me. There's been times where, like, there's been some psychic shit, you know what I'm saying? But it isn't like, I could tell, like, I could tell the future or anything like that. It's just like certain things that happen, I connect it to people. It's fucking weird, dude. Like, it's like 4 or 5 stories in particular that I could just go to right off the top of my head, where it's just like, how the fuck did I know it was such and such that did that? All right, one of the fucking weirdest ones though is there was this kid that had a problem with my cousin, and it was something stupid, you know what I'm saying? I almost got into it with him, and his brother tried to kick my ass or whatever. Just some stupid shit happened. But like a year or two later, right, me and that dude's brother that we almost got into a fight with in the hallway or whatever, he was hanging out with some of my mutual friends, and they created a graffiti crew, right? So one day I'm fucking walking to work, right, and I see this just a throw up, which is like just some basic lettering, you know what I mean? I've never seen that dude's work at all, ever. And I've just seen it Top Gun, and it just made me think of dude from it was the Boo. I just know them as like the Boo brothers, because their last name was Boo or some dumbass shit. But they were with the same graffiti crew, the Waffle House crew. And yeah, some dude that I went to fucking Volunteers of, no, not Volunteers of America, Fort Snelling Academy with, he was cool with them and shit. And he tried to say he was with our graffiti crew, but like our founder didn't even know who the fuck he was. And at that time, I was better at graffiti than that dude. But from what I heard, though, to be honest, man, and I used to be pretty good at graffiti, like just writing. I never really had. I was a poor kid, so I didn't really have much spray paint. But from what I heard, though, the dude got like even better than me, man. I hate to fucking admit that, but it's true. So how the fuck did I figure out who the fuck that guy was? You know, like, or yeah, like later on, that's how I found out, like, oh yeah, he writes Top Gun. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that shit just blew my mind. I mean, I just kept it to myself. And me and that dude were cool, which is kind of fucked up, because like I heard later on after I left that school, he was talking shit about me. Not a big deal, whatever. It's kind of lame. I was like a fucking egotistical prick back in those days. I had a friend named Gavin that he ended up killing himself, but he got really mad at me because I said some shit to him like, man, I'm better than you or something. I was just, I don't know, dude. I was just being a dick back then, bro. He was really pissed about that shit, you know? And it really bums me out, man. Like, because now he's gone and I can't make up for it and blah, blah, blah. And actually, like, one of the last times I seen him, I really thought about beating his ass, because he was getting really fucking lippy with me. And now that I think back at it, you know, I understand why I was being a fucking total dick to him, dude. And you can't take that kind of shit back, so. Alright, so that's one story. Alright, there's another one. When I was when I was locked up in the workhouse, right? I heard this story about this dude named Ryan. I didn't like this dude at all. He's like a thieving douchebag piece of shit. I really liked his sister, though. It's weird, actually. Now I'm thinking about it, she committed suicide. And it's obviously got to be, you know, coincidence or whatever the fuck. But somebody was talking about how he had some pills, and he was in his cell dancing and shit, right? So some people I'm talking to, when I was working in the seg area, it was the night shift. I got a good story about that, but that's a different, yeah. Anyways, the dude's talking about he had a friend that was there, and he was on some pills, and he was dancing, right? That's all he fucking said, bro. And it just could be just this one kind of be explainable, maybe a little bit. But when he said dancing, it just snapped in my head. I said, "Is his name Ryan?" And he was fucking blown the fuck away. Like, I can't believe it. He was like, "Man, how the fuck did you know it was that dude?" You know, like, it blew his fucking mind. Like, all right. Now here goes another one, dude. And he's only happened like 4 or 5 times. But one of the craziest ones though is I had some friends, or I had this friend that was a Sardano, you know, like a Southern Cali gangster, you know, 13, if you don't know, whatever, look it up. But I knew he was living out in Brooklyn Park, right? Either Brooklyn Park or Brooklyn Center. I always get those two mixed up. Anyways, there was a murder up there. Or actually, it didn't start out as a murder. Actually, it took like a month for this dude to die. But I heard it on the news that some guy, he was shot near Brooklyn Park or Brooklyn Center. And it was a Mexican dude. And the shooter was a Mexican. Well, both of them were Mexicans. But like, as soon as I heard this shit, I thought of my homeboy Psycho. Sure as shit, it was that motherfucker that did it, dude. He got sentenced to like 32 to 33 years, bro. But as soon as I heard that shit is crazy. I mean, like, yeah, I knew he was out there, but how the fuck? How many Mexican gangsters are there? You know, I mean, yeah, there's a lot up here, actually, in Minnesota, believe it or not. But, yeah, that was a sad story, bro. He laughed at my homeboy because my homeboy was throwing up gang signs at him, and he laughed at him. My friend said, "Fuck that," and he whipped out a strap and just started shooting at him, and he hit him. Took a month for that dude to die, but he did. It's fucked up. And some of the people around him were bragging about it, and that's how it ended up getting caught up. Now, this one maybe you could chalk up to like maybe like shock or some shit. But at some point when I was about 8 or 9 years old, it was 3rd grade, we went to some science place, like for a field trip, and they had like a cancer, someone who died, their lung in a bag and shit. Straight up, and they had us touching this shit, and I mean, obviously it was in a bag and shit, you know. But like, I got all super lightheaded and just fell the fuck over, dude. Like, everything went gray. So my grandma died a couple years after that shit. And guess what? Lung cancer. But maybe that's a shout out to me, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what that shit was. Maybe it's like you know, the world trying to tell me that's what your death will be. I am a smoker, so I need to stop that shit. All right. So that's what, 4? All right. The 5th one, this one, maybe I should tell this one first, actually, because this one is like the most like, you can explain it a lot more easier than other ones. Because, like, you know how people say you could cut tension with a knife and shit. Well, yeah, like I was sitting. This is when I was a freshman at fucking Roosevelt, and man, like, I was just sitting there just chilling, eating my food and shit. And I just got this fucking, you know, I'm like seeing people walk from one group to the next, you know what I'm saying? And seeing a lot of movement, and I'm just fucking feeling it, bro. So I get up, you know, I'm just like, man, there's something about to pop the fuck off, man. And I mean, I was like a fucking wannabe back in those days, you know. I didn't have the street smarts like I do now. But even then, like, I'm like looking around, you know. And I get up to like right where the fucking doors were or whatever, like to go upstairs from the basement, from the cafeteria to the first floor or whatever. And fucking, I see these 2 big ass motherfuckers, dude. This big ass black dude and this big ass Mexican dude, big as fuck, bro. Like, they must have been seniors. They were big, bro. Fucking duking it out like fucking, oh, it was a pretty good fight, bro. It's a really good fight. But yeah, like, yeah, I just knew something's gonna pop off. But then, yeah, that one's more explainable though. But yeah, the last two are more explainable, maybe, or I don't know. 'Cause yeah, the second to the last, maybe it was just shock or something. I don't know. But yeah, those are like some psychic shit that had happened to me. But yeah, the graffiti one really trips me out though. Because it's just like, how the fuck? I'd never seen their work before. Didn't even know what they were tagging, but somehow it clicked. How the fuck? And they weren't even like throwing up WHK or nothing. I'm sorry, I don't like hitting you with like too much slang for you to understand, but it just blows my mind, man. I just wanted to get that on film at some point. Man, it's crazy, man. Just too bad I can't fucking do some psychic shit with the fucking lottery numbers and some crazy shit. Maybe there's some other ones, but those are just the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. All right, love y'all, man. Peace.